This is for my shoulder MMT video. After introducing myself as Andre Nunez, student of physical therapist assistant, I will be asking my patient for consent to touch him. He's going to agree. I'm going to place him in a prone position with a towel underneath the humerus at 90 degrees and their head facing the opposite side. We'll be testing the right shoulder. Placing one hand on the lateral elbow and the other hand on their wrist, I'm going to take them into external rotation. This is for my passive range of motion. So next, for my active range of motion, I'm going to ask them to do the same motion. For general gross strength, I'm going to have the patient in a seated position to start, elbows bent at 90 degrees and positioned slightly externally rotated at their side. I place my hand on their dorsal side of their wrist and push into internal rotation. I rate according to the numerical muscle grading system. For the Goni measurement, patient will be positioned prone. Shoulder is going to be abducted to 90 degrees and the towel underneath the humerus. I'm going to show them the movement that I want, which is external rotation. And I will place the stationary arm perpendicular to the floor, the fulcrum on the olecranon process, and the movable arm in line with the ulna towards styloid process. And I'm going to ask them to go into external rotation, and I will measure. Normal range is 0 to 90 degrees. Functional range is a combined total of internal rotation and external rotation under 180 degrees. For muscle length measurement on the latissimus dorsi, patient will be in a supine position, shoulder flexion with arms close to the head, shoulders in external rotation and elbows fully extended. Tape measure will be from the lateral epicondyle measured to the table. In this case, my patient had a measurement of 3 centimeters on his left side. Measuring his affected side now, the same thing. And his right side was measured at 3 centimeters also. For external rotators manual muscle testing, I have my patient in the same position as external rotation. I take him through the movement. I have him hold, and pressure is going to be on the distal side of his forearm. For latissimus dorsi manual muscle testing, patient is prone, shoulders ends in extension, abduction, and the humerus is internally rotated. For serratus anterior, patient is positioned supine with the right shoulder in 90 degrees flexion and elbow fully extended. Patient protracts scapula and makes a fist. Holding lateral and medial elbow in my hands, pressure is applied downward towards the proximal humerus. For my special test, empty can, I have the patient do shoulder flexion, stopping the patient at 90 degrees, flexion and hold. Rotate the humerus internal with thumb down. Apply pressure on the distal end of the forearm to test for impingement.